So, did Janice get her memory back? No, not yet. Well, at least she only forgot about us. My husband and mother-in-law waited until I was asleep to show their true colors. I hope we can bring her back home and use her again. Why do I have to do all the housework? It's so annoying. She should be the one doing it. Why aren't you better yet? You useless. My name is Janice. I'm 32 years old and work in an office. This is awful. I don't know how things ended up like this. Then, I heard a familiar voice and slowly opened my eyes. Janice, you're awake, thank goodness. I saw my mother standing there, tears in her eyes. I looked around and realized I was in a hospital room. Mom, why am I here? You suddenly felt dizzy outside and fell down the stairs. Is that what happened? You hit your head and passed out. They brought you here in an ambulance. Oh. I see, sorry. Don't apologize. I'm just so happy you're okay. Let me get the doctor. She hurried out of the room. Then, a man walked in. He looked nervous. Janice, are you all right? I frowned. Who are you? What? I'm Vince. I had no idea who he was. He acted like he knew me well, but I couldn't remember him at all. Vince? Then, he said something shocking. I'm your husband. What? That made no sense. I wasn't married. I was supposed to be single. You really don't remember me? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm supposed to have memory loss. Before I could say more, my mother returned with a doctor. Oh, Vince, you're back, she said. Yeah, I brought her some clothes, he replied. They spoke normally, like they knew each other well. Could this man really be my husband? Vince looked worried and turned to my mother. Janice doesn't seem to remember me. Maybe she has amnesia. What? My mother and the doctor looked shocked. We should run more tests, the doctor said. So, I stayed in the hospital for a few more days while they examined me. A lot of people visited, friends, co-workers, I remembered all of them. I even remembered my job. So why had I forgotten my husband? And his mother? I had never seen my mother-in-law before, at least, that's how it felt. I remembered everything else, but not them. When the test results came back, the doctor explained something surprising. At first, they thought I had memory loss because I hit my head, but there was no brain injury. Instead, they said it might be psychogenic amnesia, caused by emotional stress, not the fall. That actually made sense. Whenever I tried to remember my husband or mother-in-law, I felt a sharp pain in my head. Like there was something I didn't want to remember. Would my memory ever come back? My husband and mother-in-law looked surprised, but acted like they cared. Doctor, when can Janice leave the hospital? My mother-in-law asked. I'm just glad she's okay, my father-in-law added. The doctor said I could go home soon, but it would be best for me to stay at my parents' house until my memory returned. My in-laws looked shocked. What? But Janice is my wife, Vince said. She lives with us, his mother added. You can't just take her away. Her sudden outburst startled me. Even the doctor seemed taken aback. Please lower your voice. This is a hospital, he said. That made them quiet down. Just then, I felt a sudden, painful headache. Janice, are you okay? The doctor asked, noticing my distress. I'm sorry, my head hurts. Let's get you checked out right away, okay? The doctor turned to my in-laws and asked them to leave. They walked out with unhappy looks on their faces. They didn't seem truly worried about me at all. Are you feeling better? The doctor asked, looking concerned. Strangely, once they left, I actually did feel a little better. I see. It seems like you didn't have a good relationship with your husband or his parents. Maybe they caused you a lot of stress, the doctor said. I nodded slowly. I don't know, but maybe you're right. Hearing that made me think. What if my life with my in-laws was so awful that my brain just erased those memories to protect me? And the way they panicked when the doctor suggested I stay with my parents, it seemed suspicious. Were they worried because they couldn't use me anymore? A chill ran down my spine. What had they done to me while I was living with them? The only thing that came to mind was mistreatment. Had they really treated me so badly? But every time I tried to remember, my head hurt so much that I had to stop. When I told my parents about it, they looked really worried. But sweetie, you always told us that living with them was fine. Maybe you were hiding the truth so we wouldn't worry? My mom asked. I don't know if that's true. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. You're still missing memories, and we don't know what really happened yet, she reassured me. Then, my dad had an idea. He suggested something. Do you think it's safe? What if he finds out? I asked nervously. Let's just hope he doesn't, my dad said. I was unsure, but I needed answers. So, I agreed to go along with his plan. Later that day, my hospital room door opened. Janice, how do you feel? It was my husband. When I didn't answer, he mumbled. What, still sleeping? I was actually awake. But for some reason, I decided to pretend I was asleep. I wanted to see how he would act when he thought I wasn't listening. I heard him sit down in the chair next to my bed and sigh. Then, I heard the lid of a coffee can pop open. He took a long sip, and the sound of him drinking filled the room. I took a deep breath and stayed still. Then, the door opened again. I thought my husband had left. But instead, someone else walked in. Vince, you got here first? Oh, is Janice asleep? Yeah, she's been sleeping since I arrived. Are her parents here? I haven't seen them. I don't think they're coming today. It sounded like my husband was checking to see if anyone else was around, as if he had something to hide. I thought it was strange, and then they started saying something unbelievable. So, did she remember anything? No, not yet. So she still doesn't remember what happened when she got hurt? That's right. Good, I don't want her to remember anyway. Maybe it's actually a good thing that she forgot about us. My husband and mother-in-law thought I was asleep and started showing their true colors. I hope I can get her to come back home so we can use her again. Why do I have to do all the housework? It's such a pain. She's the one who should be doing it. Yeah, right. She needs to hurry up and get better. That useless. Hearing their cruel words, a memory suddenly came back to me, a terrible one. I remembered how my mother-in-law treated me horribly every day. Hey, Janice, what is this? The food has no taste. Make it again. But your son likes light flavors. I made it the way he likes. Well, I like strong flavors. Make mine stronger. If I redo it now, I'll be late for work. I don't care if you're late. What matters is that my husband and I get a proper meal. Not only did she make me cook breakfast for everyone, but she also forced me to prepare lunch for her and my father-in-law every morning. I even had to pack a lunchbox for my husband. After work, I had to cook dinner, do the laundry, and clean the house. I was always the last to take a bath, usually around midnight. Then, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. to do it all over again. They treated me like a servant. I was so exhausted, both physically and mentally, that I could have collapsed at any moment. Then, another memory hit me. I remembered how I lost my memory. That day, my husband and I went shopping for my mother-in-law's birthday gift. He made me go to several stores before finally picking one. On the way home, I was so tired that I fell asleep in the car. Then, suddenly, "You've got to be kidding me, what are you doing sleeping?" I woke up to my husband yelling. "Oh. I'm sorry," I said, still half asleep. "Get out of the car and walk home, you lousy wife." He pulled over, got out, and yanked open the passenger door. He unbuckled my seatbelt and tried to drag me out. I curled up, covering my head with my hands, but he grabbed my arm and pulled me down hard. I hit the ground with a thud. The impact must have caused my concussion. I must have passed out. That's how I lost my memory. I needed to get out of the hospital and call the police immediately. I pretended to wake up just as my husband and mother-in-law finished talking. When they noticed, they put on fake sad smiles. "Janice, you're awake. How are you feeling? Take your time to recover. We're here for you." Hearing their sweet words made my skin crawl. "I'm sorry, I guess I fell asleep. I had so many tests today, and I'm really tired. Don't worry about it, we'll check on you later." They smiled and left. As soon as they were gone, I called my parents and told them everything, how my in-laws treated me and how my husband had hurt me. They were shocked and furious. Right away, they called the police and reported the abuse. We also decided to file for divorce. But we had to be careful. My in-laws couldn't know what we were planning. A few days later, I was discharged and went to my parents' house. Then, my father and I went to my in-laws' home to get my belongings. They asked if my memory had come back. I lied. I told them the doctor said I might never remember. Their worried faces suddenly lit up. "Oh, That's too bad, but don't worry, dear, you can come back home whenever you're ready, okay? Yes, we care about you very much, Janice. They smiled sweetly, pretending to be kind. I saw my dad clench his fists, but he stayed calm. He went to my old room to help me pack. I gathered my things carefully, making sure my in-laws didn't suspect a thing. I was almost free. After that, my father and I went straight to the police station. I told them everything about my injury and filed a report against my husband. The police said they would start investigating right away. Next, we hired a lawyer and started working on my divorce. Luckily, I had kept diaries about all the abuse I had suffered. I had written down everything. My lawyer said that with so much proof, I could demand alimony on my terms. Once everything was ready, I decided to meet with my husband. I sent him a message, saying that some of my memory had returned and I wanted to talk. As expected, he brought his mother with him, so I brought my father and my lawyer. So, Janice, is it true your memory came back? My husband and mother-in-law looked nervous. I stayed calm and emotionless. Yes, I remember. I remember how you hurt me and how your family treated me. Their faces turned pale, but they still tried to defend themselves. Wait a minute, do you have any proof? Yeah, you can't just say things like that. We can sue you for lying. They were trying to scare me, but my lawyer just sighed and spoke. Janice kept detailed diaries of the abuse. She also secretly recorded your conversations in the hospital, on her father's advice. Plus, there's evidence of the moment she was injured. My husband and mother-in-law looked shocked. Our recordings? Then, I delivered the final blow. I already reported you to the police. The street security camera caught you pulling me out of the car. Soon, the police will come for you. My husband looked like he was about to faint. This can't be happening. He tried to run, but my lawyer stopped him. If you run, the charges will be even worse. He collapsed to his knees. His mother stood frozen, her face pale. I'm divorcing you, and you will pay me for everything you put me through. Not long after, the divorce was finalized. My ex-husband was arrested for assault. His money was gone, and his parents had to pay a fine. He lost his job and was left completely alone. Meanwhile, I returned to work, got promoted to manager, and started saving and investing wisely. I don't want to be in a relationship anytime soon. Instead, I plan to travel with my parents and spend more time with my family.